evening, afternoon, morning, whenever it is you're listening to this podcast. My name is James, and I'm going to be your host on this wonderful tour through some Pokemon news and some Mario Kart updates. With me today, I have.
Jared, was Tor a pun?
It was not, because I didn't even think about that game because I don't consider it. But you know what? We'll roll with it.
Also, I'm one-up Muppet on the Discord, in case you didn't know.
I'm an accidental genius, and I also have with me.
It's me, CMM. I'm Clay. I'm alive. Hello.
I don't think either.
I also thought you were making a pun.
Well, okay, so we'll just retcon this. I made a pun.
Okay, cool.
Oh, nice. It was a really good pun.
That's how it
really
goes.
Good pun.
Thank you. I'm bowing in real life. You can't see it. So neither of you care that much about Pokemon, right? Like, I think on a sliding scale here, I'm probably on the far side of caring, and then Muffin is kind of in the middle, but maybe a little bit more toward doesn't care.
I did beat Arceus, so I am a Pokemoner now.
Oh, holy shit, that's incredible.
I have not beaten Arceus yet.
I feel like CMM is like, I like Pokemon Pinball.
Yep.
And that's probably the extent of it.
Everything else, I think, oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's a game where you pick attacks from a menu and the thing does the attack and it plays the animation and I have to sit there and
Correct.
I can't speed run this.
No,
anyway,
you can, but like
you break it. It's like all the best Pokemon speed runs are like, oh yeah, I talked to Professor Oak in a stupid way and he spat a bunch of code at me and then the credits rolled.
Yeah. My preferred way to play Pokemon.
So did you guys even watch the presents?
I did. I watched, and I made sure to watch the trailer again with audio on because the first time I saw it was on mute.
So you didn't experience the voice acting in the trailer for the first time?
The first time I didn't.
Yeah, it was definitely a thing.
Pretty bad. Bad enough that I almost feel that they did it on purpose to make people stop asking for voice acting in Pokemon.
That first trailer was just so boring. They were showing good stuff in the background, but it was like, "Are you ready for a treasure hunt?"
It's like, no, please, no. No, I don't want to go on the treasure hunt. So I guess we'll real briefly run through the stuff that preceded the stuff that everybody cares about, which is they announced a some kind of update to Pokemon Cafe Mix. Haven't played it. Clay, I don't think has played it. Muffin says it's terrible.
I don't like it. I wouldn't say terrible, but I would say it's not fun.
They added some stuff to Pokemon Go. There's an Ultra Beast. Do either of you play Pokemon Go at all? Like, ever dabble?
No, but I'm around people that do.
I have played Pokemon Go, and I quit because it was way too complicated.
They seemed excited about the update a little bit.
I throw it on when I go on a walk. I usually don't interact with it much outside of catching Pokemon and spinning Pokestops. That's like the extent of what I do in it. But it's a fun little distraction.
I feel like playing Pokemon Go is like cheating on Pikmin Bloom, so I choose not to do it.
Yeah, Pikmin my phone is my potion of choice.
I recently got a new phone. It was a couple months ago, and it can run both at the same time.
I know, Mr. Fancy great. Pants over
here. Before I was only playing Pikmin Bloom. But yeah, the update seemed kind of cool. They added a new research thing so you can get Skyform Shaman, which I know means nothing to you, but it takes this cute little hedgehog Pokemon, little grass hedgehog guy. He's very, very cute.
I think this is the first time that James has enjoyed a hedgehog.
It is, and it turns him into like a deviant art monster, which sucks, but you know.
Yeah.
And they added like a daily incense, like a personal like a personal daily incense that you can use, which is cool.
I like that actually.
It's just free 15 minutes of drawing Pokemon to wherever you are.
That's nice.
And I think it works like regular incense where you have to be walking to get it, but
Yeah.
it's cool.
Yeah.
Though that was originally an item that you really only would get if you got lucky and pulled it out of a Pokestop or paid money for it.
Yeah, which I would never.
The other thing that's cool about it is that I think, and I don't have notes in front of me, but I think that they said legendaries can appear, certain legendaries, and that's cool.
Yeah.
That's the first for Go, where you can just catch legendaries like out in the wild while you're walking without like a specific event thing happening, I think. So then they showed off things for Pokemon Unite, which I actually played a lot of last year and then did not. When I stopped playing it, I never picked it back up.
Yeah.
It's been over a year since I played it.
I played for like 3 months and like had fun. My sister was playing it a lot, so I played with her, and then she just stopped one day, so I never launched it again.
Yeah, I had some friends that played it, and they really liked it, and we had a lot of fun playing it. I'd actually kind of like to pick it up again and see what's different now that there are new Pokemon in it. I don't know if you
idea.
That's true. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Buzzswole or not, but he is a big giant mosquito guy who is buff as hell.
He is like terrifying.
He is horrifying, and they gave him like a top hat and a tuxedo vest.
Oh, I love it.
But yeah, they added some free. I think you get free HoloWares.
You do. Like, so I actually logged in to get all the free shit.
I should do that.
There's a login bonus. It's 5 days, and it comes each day is a Unite license and a HoloWare for the character in the Unite license.
Shit.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
I'm definitely not connecting Joy-Cons to my Switch to do that right now.
Might be clicking a few buttons right now.
It's very funny, though. I am not surprised that you did that, Clay, because I definitely remember a time where Muffin and I watched you organize all of the free things that you had on your Switch that you weren't interested in playing. So yeah, that's a good idea for a stream maybe later. It'd probably be fun to play a few rounds of Pokemon Unite because that game was actually all right.
Yeah, it's not bad.
After that,
there was a Pikachu mode, right?
Yeah.
Where you like fight like a giant Pikachu.
Everything is Pikachu in the Pikachu mode.
Oh, right. It was like Pika Party.
Yeah,
Pika Jam. Fun. Yeah, maybe check that out.
Yeah, I have to re-download the game.
And then there was an update to Pokemon Master Sex, which nobody plays.
No, nobody cares.
Yeah.
I actually think I've only met one person in the world who ever even knows what that game is, and he's in the Discord. Shout outs to Xenoboy.
Nice. Shout outs to Xenoboy.
He plays it. I have it installed on my phone. I have it installed on my phone because I installed it when it came out, and I started playing it. And it had this it has that mobile phone shit, man, where there's just this long ass tutorial full of text I don't care about.
Yeah.
And like no way to really fast skip it. You have to like just fast forward text, and it's like, man, I'm not here for this. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't even remember what they added to that. I think maybe it's a 3-year anniversary. It's installed on my phone because it was installed on my old phone and carried over when I did my system transfer.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's ever been opened. And I think that covers it for the stuff that
no one cares about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pokemon Sleep is still dead.
I'm upset by that.
I don't think that game exists anymore. I think that there are shocking amount, like the parallel between that and like the Wii Vitality sensor are in my brain.
I hate how most of the Pokemon spin-offs are mobile only now or canceled.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah. What were you gonna say for that?
See, the thing is, like, most Pokemon spin-offs were not really my bag anyway. I guess I shouldn't say most. I'd like to see another Pokemon Pinball. I think everybody got the, like, one that they mostly wanted, which was Snap. I don't like people talk about having a new Pokemon Stadium, and I think that sounds like a gigantic waste of time.
Yeah.
Because like Pokemon Stadium's entire point was like you can play the games on the TV because they're handhelds, and now you can do the Pokemon battles on your television. Well, now you can do the Pokemon battles on your television.
Yeah. Unless they're going to make it a party game, like leaning more into that angle.
Then you just have Pokepark.
Sure.
Just do that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, or you just have, like, Pokemon Party, like Mario Party or whatever. I think people just want that game where you play the Lickitung and you eat the sushi off the conveyor.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
That's what people want. That's all they want.
I like the Spinny Tops game.
Yeah. Like, I think that when people say they want a new stadium, that's really what they're talking about. And it's just, like, I don't know. Yeah. That kind of stuff seems like it should just be a maybe a mini game and a mainline Pokemon game.
Yeah. I want Pokemon spin-offs, but like yeah, we don't really get any besides the occasional like cross-platform with mobile puzzle game.
Yeah, I mean you get your you still get your mystery dungeon every once in a while, and you get and it's like Pokemon Ranger was kind of cool, but they made 3 of those games, and that gameplay was not deep enough to warrant 3 video games, in my opinion. So yeah, it does suck. I get what you're saying. I just at the end of the day, I just kind of wonder, like, what other than pinball, I don't know what else you would want. And I guess maybe that's for them to figure out, right? Like,
yeah,
I guess maybe a new kind of Pokemon spinoff.
Pokemon crossbow training.
Hell yeah, baby, let's go.
I mean, they made that Pokemon racing game on the DS, and it was terrible. I feel like there's probably...
They also did Pokemon Conquest on the DS. They did a lot of weird stuff.
Okay, now you got me.
Yeah.
Now you got me. I forgot about Conquest. I can't believe I forgot about Conquest, because I'm like the king of remembering Conquest.
It seemed cool. I didn't play it. That game was interesting.
Tight. I remember when that was rumored, and people were like, "Oh yeah, there's going to be a Nobunaga cross Pokemon game," and I was like, "That sounds like a load of bullshit." And then it happened.
Yeah.
No, that shit was that is dope. That game was fucking cool.
But
what's the big Pokemon game that's here today?
Is a couple of games called Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Maybe you've heard of them. Maybe
I might have.
Haven't. Yeah, there was a whole bunch of new information dropped about them. I guess you want to start off with the let's start off with this generation's mega evolution. This generation's Z move. It's Dynamax, if you will.
What is it called again?
Terra something.
I don't actually know how to pronounce
Terrastal?
it.
That's what I wrote down.
Terrastal?
Yeah.
Terrastal? It's probably based on a real word that I'm not.
Because they call them Terra Raids.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Terra types.
But it's not spelled Terra like Terra. It's Tera. I don't know. Anyway, basically the Pokemon become crystals. You throw a special Pokemon Pokeball, at your Pokemon in the middle of battle, and it will take on a new Terra form in which it becomes crystallized.
And that can change their type too.
It can change their typing. It strengthens the current typing. I think that there were only some of them that change typing. Like how Pikachu, he gets the balloons and it'll become flying.
Which is clever.
Yeah, it's cute just because, flying Pikachu has been a thing in the past with the balloons. I think it was very funny that one of the things they used to show off the whole Terra thing was Eevee. It's like, hey, your Eevee can be grass now without having to be a Leafeon. Which that's pretty cool because Leafeon sucks.
Damn, Leafeon hate.
I think it's kind of interesting how Eevee is like one of the new like mascots of Pokemon. Was that? Do you think that was Let's Go's influence? Did this happen before Let's Go?
Apparently,
I don't.
He's always been pretty popular in Japan, so I guess they just kind of went with it for Let's Go.
I know he's cute and he's great. I love Eevee. I think Eevee's great. I think most Eevee evolutions are pretty good. It seemed kind of weird. Like, I guess that it made sense in Let's Go for him to be the second choice because Let's Go was kind of a take on Yellow.
Yeah.
And in Yellow, your rival picks Eevee. You obviously get Pikachu. So I kind of connected the dots there. But it's like since then, Eevee was one of the Pokemon that got a Dynamax or a Gigantamax form. Eevee is now getting several special crystal forms.
Right.
It's just kind of weird, I guess. I don't know. I don't hate it, but it's also like his identity was already that he can evolve into all the different types. Or all these different types, not every single one. So it's just kind of strange. I think that this mechanic is interesting. I'm going to need to see how it goes in like actual battles, I guess, before I can make any real comment on it.
I can't tell how much it like changes things.
It's definitely.
I'm also not like the most hardcore Pokemon person.
Yeah, it's definitely better than like Z move. Like,
it seems to be so Gigantamax and Dynamax already seemed like they were kind of a middle ground between Z moves and Megas, and this seems like another attempt at being a middle ground between those two things.
Yeah,
and I'm not a big competitive person with Pokemon. I don't know that much about it. But to my limited understanding, Gigantamax and Dynamax like really fucked up the meta in a kind of unfun way for some people.
Yeah.
So I guess good on them. I'm good on them for going back to the drawing board with it. Maybe this will be something a little more interesting. Maybe it'll make Pokemon that weren't good before good now, because they'll get like a different typing, like maybe Pikachu will be good now that he can fly. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe like they had the whole like with the whole Mega Evolution thing. I feel like obviously that idea is not too dissimilar from this either. But what was cool about Mega Evolutions is that you got a new like monster design out of it, and this you kind of sort of get that a little bit, but it's not quite as pronounced. So I'm not sure if this one really like if it's necessarily like better or more interesting than Mega Evolutions.
I think the crystal effect looks cool.
Yeah.
And I think that there is going to be insane merch opportunities.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
For selling like bling,
expensive stuff
of these boys.
Like they could easily like partner with like some like jewelry store.
Yeah, or like some kind of glass type thing. Make them into a bong. So now that the boring stuff is out of the way, let's talk about Fido.
Yeah,
it's cute.
True.
It's very clever. Yeah, it's got buns on its ears.
That dog is made of dough.
Yep, sure is.
And they named it Fido.
I really like the region actually. Paldea, is that the name of it?
Yeah.
I like that they are finally doing the whole like you can go to gyms in any order, you can do whatever. That structural change I think is very significant and a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, we'll see how it works in practice.
Yeah, I know there's rumors about how it will work, but that is the kind of change that I've personally been curious about seeing for a bit, because they really are going all in on the whole like open world exploration aspect where you can kind of do whatever. So I'm curious to see how it pans out. I think that's the single most important thing so far about this gen.
Which
Yeah,
part was that?
obviously.
Sorry.
The open world
Oh yeah,
exploration, going through
absolutely.
gyms in any order.
Yeah.
It's like Link Between Worlds and Breath of the Wild at the same time. In the sense
I
that you
actually I
can,
wrote Link Between Worlds in my in my
yeah,
notes because I hope it's Link Between Worlds is a very cool game, but my biggest problem with it was the flat difficulty.
yeah.
And I feel like doing gyms in any order, if they scale, that'll just be the same like flat difficulty.
So the rumor I think right now is that gyms do not scale. That they're always like the first gym is always going to be like boring as crap and or not boring as crap, but like low level whatever, and the eighth gym will always be
Okay, so
whatever.
you can so it's you can do the gyms in any order, but they will still be
They'll still
like
have the same
easy,
difficulty.
hard. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I like the idea of that. It reminds me of like, well, I mean, like for example, like in Breath of the Wild, you can go right to Hyrule Castle and get your ass kicked.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the thought that you can do that in this as well. I just don't know if it works as well for an RPG format where your strength is directly tied to your level as opposed to something more action based where you can kind of like you know do stuff on your own accord that will still make it possible to win even if it's like the most inefficient thing imaginable.
Yeah. Like
So,
you yeah. It's not going to be like Breath of the Wild in that aspect.
yeah. Like I don't know if it really works as well, but I do
think
like the idea of being able to go somewhere and just getting your ass kicked because you happen to go there.
I think the most interesting thing in the trailer is that there's not just the gyms, that there's like the two other stories too.
Yeah, I don't know if that's just the normal stuff or if it's something new.
That made it seem like there was 3 main quests you could follow at any time.
Yeah.
Like you always have the gym quest, and then like there's like 2 other like quest chains.
Yeah, that was they talked about it as if it was a bigger deal than just like evil enemy team or whatever. So I hope that it's significant.
Oh, do you think one's just gonna be like Team Rocket and one's gonna be
like
that's what I expect.
Yeah, that's what most people seem to be expecting.
Yeah.
It's just the way that they like stated it was like as if it was something different. So I don't know.
Because they made it sound exciting.
Have any of you played a Pokemon game from start to finish, like a normal one?
Nope.
Not from start to finish, no.
At start to like even
Middle?
like 60% completion.
What about like 40 or 50?
Okay, so you know how like you're going through the game, you're beating gyms, and like in the middle of the gym challenge, like in some city, it'll be like, "Hey, Team Rocket stole a telescope."
Yeah.
And you got to go into the factory and get back that telescope because that's how you see ghosts. Mm-hmm. I expect that the alternate storylines are going to be the things that they used to weave in between the gem challenges when everything is super linear.
Gotcha, right.
But I would love to be proven wrong.
Yeah.
I just don't expect to be proven wrong in this instance.
I hope that's cool, and I hope they use the open world well. Like I thought Arceus actually did a good job of like hiding the like rare Pokemon would only be in like specific areas, and you have to like think about how you were going to catch them
at specific times.
Yeah. So I wonder if any I just want to see interesting uses of the open world. I don't want it just to be a
I don't want
a
it to
big
be like
Pokemon map.
Yeah, I don't want it to just be like set dressing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can traverse that open world on a motorcycle.
Motorcycle fusion with a person.
Or a motorcycle monster that has wheels but runs. Like it's like some kind of like horrible Flintstones car.
So I feel like people will either find that charming or very annoying, and I very much don't like that one.
I think it's hilarious.
I think
It's funny, but I don't want to use it.
I do like that it's. I do think it's interesting that it's a legendary that functions as your primary transportation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious, like, how that works. 'Cause usually, legendary stuff is all end game. My thinking is that you can't use it to battle, and then
Oh, you
at the
definitely
end-
cannot battle with these. It'll be like the vehicles in RCS, which you couldn't use either to battle.
But I'm thinking like maybe like at the end of the game or whatever, you'll have a normal legendary encounter where like they'll be like, "You're so strong, you can fight me now," and if you win, then you can use them as a battle Pokemon or something. I don't know.
The idea of your bike being like, "Hey, you finally proven yourself to me. You want to fight?"
You've ridden me long enough that now
You've
I'll fight for you.
ridden me long enough.
Yeah, it's just Days Gone, man.
Yeah.
Did either of you ever play Kinetica on PS2?
No.
I've seen pictures of it, but I've not played it.
So the reason I bring it up is because it's like people and like machine like fusions, like they're like exosuits, I guess.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's like people like they wear like, I don't know, it's like you're a motorcycle and like it's a person like riding the machine, but it's kind of like more like a skin that they put on, and that's what I thought of when I saw the stupid
Wow.
the wheel Pokemon thing.
That is the most anime ass shit I've ever heard you say.
It's weird.
That sounds like a porno anime.
And the best part is that David Jaffe worked on that game.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Drawn to life.
Oh no.
Drawn to death, sorry. I played Days Gone though. That motorcycle stuff in that game felt pretty good. I will say this now. I don't think the motorcycle in
Yeah, I doubt
Pokemon
it.
will feel as good as the Days Gone motorcycle.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
But did the Days Gone motorcycle have legs that it used instead of its wheels?
And it also didn't glide. So
What about-
this combines all of the different vehicles from Arceus into one vehicle.
What if it's like the motorcycle in Death Stranding?
What does that motorcycle do?
The physics are just insane.
Oh.
You're just carrying a bunch of stuff on it. And
I hope there's some fun
crash.
physics, but we'll see.
I do think that the bike Pokemon is going to inform which version I purchase, and I did not expect something like that to be the case.
Oh, 100%. I would only get Violet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think I actually think that the Violet is potentially so. I think that the most purchased version of the Pokemon games is like usually the first one in the naming convention, right? Like I think that like red sold more than blue, gold more than silver, etc. I don't know that for 100%, but I think that's the case. I'm sure I will get fact checked by somebody, but I wouldn't be surprised if Violet, just by the nature of the bike Pokemon alone,
Yeah.
made it so that is not the case. So I think that about wraps it up for what they showed.
I guess the
raids.
Yeah, the
raids,
co-op is a big thing.
Yeah,
the raids
co-op
is
seems big in
cool.
this game.
The raids are cool because you don't have to wait for people to make their turn. I think that just means that like everybody will like pick an attack, and then once everybody's picked their attack, it goes.
Active time battle.
Yeah, I don't know how exactly it's going to work, but that sounds a lot better than the way raids worked in Sword and Shield, which I actually still had a pretty decent time with Sword and Shield's raids. All told, they were not very difficult. They were not super engaging, but they were a fun game to sit on like Discord with friends and just kind of have like something going in the background that you were doing and working toward and whatnot. I think the game looks pretty good, visually speaking. The character models look a little off, in my opinion.
The texture, the anti-aliasing is what bothers me the most.
I think that they
It
would
sticks
do
out.
better to just go for a full cell shaded
Yeah, they
style,
should.
like Xenoblade, like make them
Mhm.
look like cartoons, the character models specifically.
Yeah.
Um, I'm not sure why they don't do that. The like kind of middle ground between a regular 3D model and a like just anime character uh, texture or whatever you want to call it, just looks a little weird.
It looks a bit weird. I still think it looks a bit ugly, but it looks
Yeah.
better than Arceus.
Yeah,
It
I can
looks
see
a
that.
little cheap, I guess is
Yeah.
what I would say, which is
Yeah.
a weird thing to say about it because I don't think it is, and I don't think it's lazy or anything like that.
Yeah.
No, I mean
Um,
Arceus also did too. Like, I mean, like I get it, Switch, blah blah blah, but like
I don't think it has anything to do
Pokemon
with the
makes
Switch.
amazing amounts of money, and there are Switch games that look a lot better that are open worlds.
But it only has anything to do with the Switch. It seems like
Yeah.
an intentional art direction to make those
Oh,
models
gotcha.
look that to make the. I'm not talking about technical stuff like pop in and
You're just
whatnot.
talking about the art. Yeah.
I'm talking like the concept art looks great. The character designs are fantastic. I'm talking specifically about the character models themselves. Uh, I just think that they should just commit fully to making them look like cartoons
Mm.
instead of this weird like middle ground. It just looks
Yeah.
weird, and like I said, it looks a little cheap. Especially like people throw around the whole like mobile game thing, which I think is kind of like not apt
Yeah.
anymore because like something if Pokemon looked like Genshin Impact, people would
Yeah,
shit
mobile games can
pants.
look great now.
Yeah.
And again, like I said, it only looks bad. I just think it looks fine, and I feel like they could do better than fine.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to get back to multiplayer for a second. I thought it actually looked fun. Like you can like actually motorcycle around with your friends and stuff. Like I
you
wonder
meant
if
that multiplayer. I'm sorry.
I think
I
the
thought
multiplayer of the game. Sorry. Yeah, just
right.
like
I was for some reason I thought you just meant specifically the raids. You
oh
mean like the
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think the co-op looks fun. I wonder I wonder what else you can do in the co-op thing. Like I assume you definitely can't do like main story things, but I hope there's some other multiplayer activities set up so it's not just raids.
Yeah.
But I like
mean,
that you can take photos with friends too. That's cute.
I think it's really cool that you can probably just ride around the world, battle wherever you want to, trade wherever you want to.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Without having to set up like little rooms to do it separate from the
Yeah.
game, like in menus. Like
Yeah, like
hopefully that's the case.
Hopefully, yeah.
This
is Nintendo.
They did confirm that it's online, right? I'm assuming it would have to be.
I'm sure it is. There's no way it's not at this point.
Because like I don't see how that would work locally.
No.
Yeah, that's very significant and cool, and I like that it's not just like, yeah, that you're not just like, okay, we can play co-op in like this one tiny part.
Yeah, like the wild area.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pokemon.
I'm excited. As excited as one can still be about Pokemon.
I'm potentially interested in this.
Over 30. I like Pokemon. I'm going to probably play Pokemon for the foreseeable future. I find them fascinating and interesting, and generally, like it's like a warm blanket. You know, I think I've said that before. It's something to wrap up with every year around November. Nice cup of tea, blanket. Just kind of like relax with it. You know.
Yeah.
I feel it. I had more fun with Arceus than I thought I would.
Yeah,
Same.
and Arceus was a great surprise this year. I hope that they don't abandon that format.
Yeah.
Truly.
So hey, maybe I'll get Violet and love it. Who knows?
Before we jump into the big other update, I just wanted to briefly mention because I've been enjoying it a bit. The Switch Sports update.
Oh yeah.
So it's funny. I haven't actually tried the leg strap thing, which is the main thing in this update. Thing I actually wanted to briefly mention was the tweaks to volleyball. They added a rocket serve, which you would think that would have already been there, but actually was not. So like when you serve the ball, the beginning of a of a round, it's just it would always be the same thing, right?
Yeah.
The rocket serve makes it so that at least like there's a chance that the timing will be different, which I think is nice. and they also added the slide attack for bumping, and it's basically like you just hold left and then do, or like hold the direction on the analog stick and then do the bump, and they like slide farther, I guess, to hit the ball.
Oh, that's cool.
Didn't make any sense to me when I was playing it because it wasn't explained anywhere. So I need to try it again. But yeah, you know, they added new collections and stuff. I grinded it for like hours last week to get the shark before it went away.
I want to get back into that. I did enjoy that game.
Yeah, I really hope.
Fell off it pretty quick though.
Yeah, I really hope that there's more than just golf. I know there's the data mine stuff.
Yeah, I hope that stuff doesn't get canceled.
But if they keep adding more sports and stuff like that, I would be really happy.
Oh, there's another thing. This is not super on topic, but they're doing those like Tetris 99 skins are coming back.
Yes.
When is that?
That is
starts tonight, I think.
Starts tonight. Okay.
Tonight at like midnight. Okay.
So tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or it might even be midnight Pacific time. So depending on tonight being August 4th as of 10:30
that's
p.m.
recording. We don't know when this will
EST.
come out.
Or sorry, EDT. It runs the 5th through the something.
It's like a week long, basically.
I want to do those, and that's Nintendo.
It's one skin a day.
And you get 10 points.
Is it just 10?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my god!
It's just very quick. It's a few games.
That's one game.
Yep.
That's one game unless you like fail immediately.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's pretty nice. I could play one Tetris game a day.
And Mario Strikers finally got Daisy. I just want to say that. She's back. I don't care what anyone says. Daisy is my girl. I'm playing as baby Daisy in Mario Kart right now as I get a feel for these new courses.
You said that, and I'm like, Daisy, like the zombie game?
Yeah,
making
Daisy.
A joke? Like, what is he talking about?
Yeah, Daisy is in Mario Strikers.
Oh, that'd be sick.
So just for the record, the Tetris 99 Maximus Cup thing, round 1 starts at midnight PT tonight as of this recording, which is like 4 hours from now, 4.5 hours from now, so like 3 a.m. Eastern time.
Yeah.
And then one a day. The first round is the 3D World Bowser's Fury skin, which is okay. The second one is the Miitopia skin, which is, again, it's okay. The music's in that one's pretty good. The third one will be on Sunday. That's the Mario Golf Super Rush skin. Then the fourth one will be on Monday. It's the Skyward Sword skin, which is the only one that I'm missing, which I need to make sure I do that. Then Tuesday will be WarioWare Get It Together, and Wednesday will be Metroid Dread. So if you missed any of those...
I think I missed all of those.
I like the Dread one. I've done all of them because I'm a psychopath.
I have themes 1 through 12, but I'm missing 9. I have to buy that with tickets, the Xenoblade one.
Yeah, I've done the only one I'm psycho, so
I did all of them except Zelda, which must have just slipped my mind the week that it came out.
Is the Forgotten Land one isn't part of this, is it?
No.
Or did they not? Know. Yeah. No, they did.
The last one I have is Kirby the Battler, special theme 12. Anyways.
You are behind.
I was surprised that they didn't do a Xenoblade 3 one, to be honest.
I mean, they still might. Sometimes it's like staggered, kind of weird. I was surprised we didn't get a Switch Sports one.
Oh, that's true. I should do that. But there was something else we wanted to talk about.
Yeah. Nothing big.
I'm like on chapter 3 of Xenoblade 3, and that game's really good.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure
that's
there'll
definitely
be
what we want to talk about.
We can find some Xenoblade people for an episode once the people are done.
I just figured it was worth mentioning.
Clay will not be on that one though.
Yeah,
I figured it was worth mentioning. I haven't played Live Alive yet, but I really want to.
I've been playing. If we're just doing checkups, I'm doing I am loving Ace Attorney 1. I'm finally getting around to that, like 20 years later.
Yes.
I want just to state for the record that the first time I heard about Muffin playing Ace Attorney 1 was like a day or two ago, and he's already almost done with Ace Attorney 1. And I just can't like fathom playing it that fast.
Yeah, I'm chugging this game down. It's easy
so
to fit
good.
between stuff too.
It's so good.
Because you can save whenever, so I'm just like,
Homeboy's already on case 4. Homeboy, we're gonna be making parrot jokes here in a couple days, and he doesn't know what that means, but I do.
I have mostly been doing Mario Kart lately because I've been kind of getting together with some friends on Tuesdays to do Mario Kart Online, which is nice because I wasn't really getting too much use out of Deluxe because I'd mostly played it to death on Wii U.
Yeah.
And now with the DLC and with that going on, that's been fun. And mostly just doing events like the Wario Cups and WarioWare, which are going to end soon.
I forgot about those.
The Mario Golf grinding is going to end soon. I think this month is the last new costume, so I just have to do that, and then I'm free from my curse. Beyond that, I haven't really been playing, like, Switch Sports for grinding occasionally, but I haven't really been playing, like, traditionally, like, single-player stuff. I've been playing a bit on my Playdate. That's not Nintendo, but I'm going to say it anyway. Yeah, I was like one of the Wave 1
that's awesome.
Playdate, and there's a lot of cool homebrew stuff on there, and it's very easy to load onto your system. Like, they actively encourage it. So there's a game that came out the other day. I'm gonna check the name of this because I don't actually remember. I want to say it's called Rocket Bits. Oh, I still have it open. Rocket Bytes, excuse me. Rocket Bytes, like computer bytes, and you use a button to do. It's kind of like Asteroids, where like you use a button to like accelerate, or boost, thrust, whatever, and then you spin to control the direction of the thing. Except you're using the crank to control the position of the rocket, and you're trying to basically get from the beginning of the stage to the end without touching anything. It's like one of those kind of games. Very simple, but very fun. It's free on itch.io. You can donate if you want and get the soundtrack. It also has a level editor. Very cool game, and it's free. So if you happen to have a Playdate, if you're one of the 5 people who may be listening to this who may have a Playdate, I would recommend.
I want one.
It's great. I finished.
Do you think it's worth it?
I really enjoy it. I just got the last of the season 1 games recently because you get 2 a week. So you always have on Monday morning, like, you have like 2 new games just show up, and it's fun to.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, and they're all very different from one another. Like, there's like, you get everything from RPGs to arcade games to like, there's like a Zelda, like there's like a Link's Awakening alike. There's a platformer, like, score chasers, visual novels, like it's all kinds of weird stuff. I personally found it worth it. I'm looking forward to seeing how they handle a season 2, and there's also just so much like homebrew stuff for it that you can just pop on there so easily.
I hope that dock comes out soon. The dock looks cute.
Yeah, the dock is cute. I'll probably get one eventually.
I feel like you can kind of look at Playdate and figure out whether it's worth it for you or not based on like the design philosophy,
One thing that
I say that as someone who very much thinks it's worth it, probably worth it to pick one up.
I love novelty shit.
Yeah, I mean it's well built. Feels very good.
Definitely. Teenage engineering, my man.
The one thing I'd like to mention is that if you want to get a taste for Playdate stuff, they do have the Playdate simulator that has a free download on their website, and it does support, I guess you could say, like, emulation for the crank and gyro functions. It's obviously not ideal. It's not ideal, but there are some games that don't use the crank and gyro, so you can download some stuff that's like on itch.io or whatever, and load it up on the simulator and try it out if there's some stuff that you're curious about.
You know I love a simulated crank.
Oh,
God.
I have to mention one other thing before we move on. I finally beat The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. And it only took
Holy
me like
shit.
5 months.
It only took me 7 years. No.
Yeah,
I was
7 years, and then
it
5
only
months.
took you 11 years. Is
Yeah.
what you mean, dude.
I bought Skyward Sword at launch. I have the gold Wiimote, which I've used much more than I've played
Yeah.
Skyward Sword on the Wii.
Well, of course, it's a Motion Plus built in, man.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. That's mostly why I bought the game.
Oh,
I still
guess
regret not getting the golden Wii remote. I had it ordered and then I changed my mind.
Oh, that sucks. I wish I got the golden nunchuck and the golden classic.
See, I have those two. I don't have the golden Wii remote.
I don't have the classic controller, but I have the other two. I guess I should say real quick, I finished the Shadowbringers expansion of Final Fantasy XIV.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic. One of the coolest RPG stories I've ever seen in a video game.
Hell yeah.
Coming off of Heavensward, which was pretty cool. I liked it a lot. Stormblood, which was a little bit less cool, a little more mixed on that one. Story-wise, like game content-wise, Stormblood was actually really good. But the storytelling, yeah, not so sure. Shadowbringers was incredible. Just an absolutely cool story, high stakes, emotional, cried a couple times, and then at the end of it all, they had a raid which was a crossover with Nier Automata.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
That has a final boss of the last raid is not Nier like at all. It is 100% Drakengard, and it ruined my life. I could not believe what I was seeing. I cannot believe that sneaky little fucking bastard Yoko Taro got a crossover with a popular MMO and stuck a Drakengard boss in the end of it.
That's amazing.
To the 4 people who know, like I'm sure there's one person that's played Drakengard listening to this, there has to be. They use the tones from the final boss of Drakengard 1 in the music track for the final boss of the Nier raid. And when I heard those tones going off, I almost had a heart attack. It is the single coolest thing I've ever seen in an MMORPG.
So I have to ask, is it related to the quote unquote joke boss of Drakengard 1?
Yes.
Good. Beautiful.
Yes. You are fighting that in that area, which is Tokyo. At one point, you see a building with Square Enix's logo. It's their headquarters. Fly up out of the ground and almost crush you.
That's amazing.
It is amazing. It is so cool. I and the music is like incredible. The final boss's theme is like, it's this mixture of a Nier theme with the like the main Final Fantasy theme, the like da 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 da.
Oh yeah.
And it's a lot. I can't believe what they did with that content. It's insane.
I would like to play more of that.
If people have the time to invest in it, and I know it's a lot to ask, I'm not even going to pretend it's not. It's a ludicrous amount of time to dump into a single video game. It is, and to be clear, it's not the best paced thing in the world. Like, especially the first game, A Realm Reborn, and even parts of Heavensward and Stormblood are just like paced horribly. If you can make it to Shadowbringers, you are in for a treat. That is all I will say.
Yeah, I always hear such good things about 14.
Yeah.
I'm coming up to being done with the post-game stuff of Shadowbringers, and we'll be moving on to the final. Well, not the final expansion, the most recent expansion, Endwalker soon, and it's easily the most fun I've ever had with an MMO, like hands down. World of Warcraft was a great game. Whatever it is now, oh no. But this game, it's special. I get it now. I get why the people that are like so into it or so evangelical about it and want people to like get in and see what it's all about
and see the good news about Final Fantasy XIV.
Oh, I'm gonna close the
free trial of To Heaven's Sword, first award-winning expansion, level 60, no time limits, etc., etc.
I just want to close the loop for a second. I thought Skyward Sword was good-ish, and I'm glad I played it. The end.
That last boss is dope. Undeniable.
My favorite boss was the squid one, though. I thought that was pretty sick.
That was
probably my favorite part of the game.
I have
the Ancient Cistern boss?
Yeah, I think so.
No,
it's the ghost ship boss.
Ghost ship boss.
Yeah, the boss.
The ghost ship boss is the coolest thing.
I like the Ancient Cistern boss a little more, but the ghost ship is cool. That's the one with the whip.
Oh.
What does it look like?
It's like a big guy. I don't remember exactly what he looks like. I just remember the mechanics with the whip.
Oh, you like whip his like arm off or something?
Yeah, that
was cool.
It uses you remember using the directional really well. I also remember Ancient Cistern just being my favorite dungeon in general.
Yeah, the dungeons themselves were awesome. It's mostly the stuff between the dungeons.
It was like it's like a big golden armor guy. He's got like an axe for a hand. I think.
That was cool. There's a lot of clever shit.
An automaton, if you will.
Automaton, a near automaton.
God.
Yeah.
Those
wretched automatons.
I have a freshly arrived copy of the Capcom Fighting Collection sitting next to me, so that's probably going to be my next thing for a bit.
Get it on now. Go on. Make your first pick. Get it on now. 3, 5, 8. I don't remember the numbers. You're going to play Third Strike?
Third Strike is not on this one, but I have it on another one.
It's mostly Darkstalkers.
It's a lot of Darkstalkers, Red Earth, some other fun, weird niche ones, Puzzle Fighter, Gem Fighter. I know Hyper Street Fighter 2 is on it. Third Strike's on another one. It's on the 30th collection.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
Are you excited for Street Fighter 6?
I am very excited about that game.
I got an arcade stick. I'm fucking ready.
God.
Oh, you bought the arcade stick for the game that has inputs for babies.
Yeah, I'm not going to use that.
I'm kidding, by the way. Don't get mad at me.
Yeah.
I want people to get furious. Send all your hate mail to Nintendo Pipeline at gmail.com.
Excuse me. Yeah, definitely. We do have one more game to talk about. And that is the
Mario Kart.
The Mario Kart? Okay, I didn't know if you meant something other than Mario Kart.
Oh, no. Sorry, I meant Mario.
Yeah, let's get into that.
Mario Kart. Hey!
Let's just go through all the tracks. I have the list here.
Did any of you play them? Am I the only one?
I just finished playing them.
Okay. Yeah, I did what I played. I went through the Grand Prix on 150 mirror and 200 for both of them.
I just did 150 so far.
Yeah, I did 150 for both, and then a bunch of time trials on 200 and 150.
I have some thoughts.
Can we just go down the list and just do every track first?
Yeah, sure.
Do overall thoughts.
Sure.
I have most of the names. So first one's New York Minute.
And
from
what game
Mario
is that
Kart
from?
Tour.
I like this one.
I like this one too.
I was saying gross because of Mario Kart Tour.
Yeah.
Do you want to go through them all, or do we want to talk about them as we go?
Oh no, let's talk about them. I like this one. I thought this is a track changing one, so it combines like the variations of the tour tracks.
Yeah.
So each lap is a little bit different, and the laps aren't like super different, but I thought they were varied enough. But it wasn't like the best pack in this, the best map in this pack, but it was fun.
I think it's the weakest track of all 8 of them.
Really?
by like a mile. Like
Wow.
I actually played through it and was like, ah, Christ, is this going to be another pack of just like? Because okay, to be clear, I thought the first wave was fun. You know, I don't have any real issues with it. It's new Mario Kart tracks.
Mhm.
It is fun to drift around corners in the video game. But only a couple of the tracks felt like things that I would want to play over and over again.
Mhm.
And starting with New York Minute, I was like, "Oh man, it's gonna be another like."
Did
set
you
of
think it was
tracks that
boring, or do you think it was like
I-
actively bad?
I thought it was okay at best. Like, it is. If that track came up on a rule on the online roulette, it would not be my first choice.
Yeah.
See, my weakest is the next track.
See, this is where the nostalgia in my brain kicks in.
Yeah.
And so do we want to keep talking about New York Minute? Because I don't have a lot to say
I don't
about
have
it,
anything
to be
else to say.
Yeah, I
honest.
don't really have anything.
The next one. Do you know what the SNES track is called?
Yeah, Mario Circuit 3.
Mario Circuit 3. Okay.
Oh, New York Minute, the song is also meh. Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. It's not the worst of them,
Oh.
but
I want to talk about this track because I think so. I've seen comparisons that I understand, like unfavorable comparisons to the Donut Plane remake that's in the base game of Mario Kart 8 from the Super Nintendo, and they're like, "Wow, the difference in how it looks." Obviously, yes. The Donut Plains is a very cool recreation of a Super Nintendo track in a way that like we have never seen a Super Nintendo track remade. You are correct. Gold star. You're very cool and very right. However, I think that this track looks extremely charming. It looks like high definition mode 7. It looks like the Super Mario Kart track, but like it looks how like my brain remembers an idealized version of a Super Mario Kart track.
Sure.
And I think that that's very cool. Also, the song
I'm actually
is
I'm fine with them having like a more classic SNES track because the ones in the main game are all upgraded. I would just never choose.
Okay,
Like,
to be fair, it's another game. It's another one that I might not choose when it came up, but it tickled the nostalgia button.
Yeah, I feel that. And
in a
I
way
definitely
that New
didn't
York
hate my
Minute
time
does
with
not.
it.
And I actually thought it was very fun on 200.
Yeah.
It's a
try
very
on
fun
the faster
200cc track.
I like it a lot. I think it's one of the better Mario Circuit layouts from Super, and it's fun and it's chaotic, and when the items start flowing, it gets wild.
I think and another thing that this track does for me is we don't know the tracks that are coming, right? Like,
correct.
There's some rumors, but we don't know them all yet.
So if we know anything, it's based on what's already in tour, right? Is that the deal?
Yeah. Maybe some data mining, I'm not sure.
So Mario Circuit 3 was a track that was already in tour?
Yes.
I think
Okay.
I think Tour has most of the
the
SNES tracks.
I would love to see one of the Koopa Beaches done like this.
It does have Koopa Beach.
Yeah.
I would absolutely love to see a Koopa Beach with
nice.
with the song because that's one of the best video game songs ever. And I think that they could make Koopa Beach look really pretty in this like hyped up Super Nintendo like cartoony style.
Yeah.
So that's my thoughts on that. The next one up, I think, is one of my favorite tracks of
it's
either
an interesting one. I don't think you'll know this. Do you? This is Calamari Desert. But James, did you know that this is a combination of 2 tracks?
I did not. Is it a tour thing?
This is a tour thing. So Tour has Calamari Desert 1 and Calamari Desert 2. So this is not the original N64 layout.
Well, I could tell that, obviously,
but yeah, it's a combination of like 2 of the tracks from Tour, and they combine them.
Well, it's also slightly.
Is one of the tracks? Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say it's actually technically a combination of three because it takes an element from the remix version of Calamari Desert where there's that like girder, that part where there's like that ramp.
Oh
That's
yeah.
something that shows up in the like trick variants a lot, where it's more focused on you like having a layout that you can have a long like trick combo into her.
Yeah,
But it's
that's
an
cool.
element that's used here, which is interesting because I don't think anyone was really expecting the elements of those tracks to be used.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't.
Uh,
I like this one. It's cool. I do wish they had the original N64 version as well, but I think this is a cool track.
I mean, one of the laps is basically the N64 version, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like the first
yeah,
lap.
yeah.
If I recall, it's been a long time since I played Mario Kart 64.
Yeah, me too.
As someone
Um,
who hates Mario Kart 64, I vastly prefer this version of the track.
It's cool. I thought that was a very clever track.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. It was really surprising to me when when the track redirects you onto the train track.
Hmm.
All of that was really cool. The song is really good. I think the track
Yeah,
looks nice. It's the only desert track in the game that I like.
yeah.
You don't like the
Uh,
GameCube Desert one?
no.
Nah.
Wow, I like that one.
Yeah, I'm not usually
Um,
a huge fan of desert tracks, and I'm usually not a huge fan of Mario Kart 64
one
tracks.
Oh wow.
one kind of interesting wrinkle. I actually this is a shout out to the Discord.
Hmm.
I believe it was Gartooth talking about it. He said that he sat on the train track because you know the girder thing only shows up on what the third lap.
Yeah, I forget
Um,
which lap.
he got ahead of everybody and then like sat there on the train track and just waited and let everybody lap him so he could see what would happen. Like, would the girder show up or whatever? Or does it not show up? And it apparently doesn't show up. You just see all the like CPU carts take off like above you.
Oh
It looks
wow.
like they're driving on nothing.
That's great.
I thought that was pretty funny.
That's neat. And
Uh,
now we're at the. I think is that everyone else. Does anyone have anything else to say on Calamari Desert?
no, just
No.
surprisingly cool.
Very happy with it.
The next one is my favorite track in the in the entire two things, which probably shouldn't be surprising to most people. Waluigi Pinball.
Yeah.
Extremely fun track. It feels like a native 8 track. Like some tour tracks feel. You know how some of them, like the mall one, doesn't have the cars moving.
Now it does.
Now.
That does now,
They
but I will say
updated
this:
it, yeah.
Waluigi Pinball does not feel hampered by tour at all.
Oh,
It's
no.
really just like the music is so fun. The sound effects are great. It's just a very fun and unique track.
Yeah, it's great to see it back. I mean, it's a fan favorite, right? Like that was
Yeah.
always going to
Yeah.
come back eventually.
It looks really nice. I guess my only sadness is that they didn't do an extra remix for it because it uses the Wario Stadium music that's in the base game, which is fine. But
It's a
it
good
would have been
song.
cool if they did like
Yeah.
a slightly different mix of it.
It
And
looks
yeah, it's a
better
fun
than I
track.
would have expected too.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
looks like I said, it looks more like a native, like Mario Kart 8 track. Like it's
I felt like I mean it's not quite up there, but I thought the visuals for New York Minute looked pretty decent too with the rain. Like
Mhm.
the stuff on the track I thought looked nice. Like it was like kind of a in between. So
As
yeah.
a small aside, I didn't go and fact check this at all, so it might not be true. But people in the Discord were saying that like they apparently did go back and do some graphical touch up stuff to the first wave
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that's
heard
cool.
tracks,
that.
like
I like that a lot.
adding like wheel marks in the sand and grass and
Great.
stuff like that.
I gotta go check that out again.
And
I
as stated before, they didn't make the coconut mall cars do what they did in the Wii version.
right.
I think what they did was better. Just make them
Yeah,
spin
it's
like
kind of
Yeah,
hilarious.
it's funny.
They do this weird like loop-de-loop thing, like spin out thing. I don't know how to describe it. And they are still not moving in the time trial to keep that consistent,
Oh, that's cool.
which is fine.
But yeah,
I think-
I'm very happy they went back and upgraded those old tracks a little bit.
They also just one quick thing here because I think it's significant. They they made it. They did. There's a couple of like balance changes that they made, including making it the item boxes come back faster. And interestingly, they increased the number of ghosts you can download. You could download 16 before. Now you can download 32.
Pretty cool.
Weird.
So
yeah, it's a weird thing for them to change, but it's interesting.
Yeah, at this stage, right? Because last time when the pass picked up, or when the pass wave 1 released, they actually made it faster to be able to pick an item box item after it, like once it goes away. So they made it even more.
Is the ghosts thing, like, could you only download 16 ghosts, like, per course or total?
Total.
I guess upping that to 32 makes sense.
That's pretty
so many tracks
significant
to the game.
Yeah. And there's some fixes and stuff, but
that's like what, 32 now you can hold
it's like a third of the tracks.
Yeah, and this is not including like your personal ghosts, right? Like you can still have your two ghosts per track locally that you can save. As this is like if you go on the leaderboards and you download a ghost and you want to race against it.
I personally don't want my Switch getting haunted, so I will not be downloading any ghosts.
I hate you. But yeah, second cup.
Oh yeah. So I guess overall the first cup, I thought it was all right.
I liked the first cup a lot. That was the turnip cup, right?
3 out of 4 for me, man. And I don't hate New York Minute.
Yeah, I don't hate any of the tracks in that.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't be like angry if any of this came up in
Yeah.
No Baby Park.
Baby Park's not bad. Baby Park's fun.
So I hate to throw a bone to those criminals down in Kangaroo County, but Sydney Sprint.
Oh, that track's rules. It's
pretty good.
Fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun in tour. I like it here. I wasn't paying as much attention to it as I was to New York Minute, so I kind of need to play it again. It's fine for me.
I really like it. I think each lap feels more different than actually the 2 other lap changing tracks.
I 100% agree. I think the second lap is one of the better tracks in the whole expansion pass so far. It's crazy.
Going through the Opera House in one of the tracks is really fun.
That is cool. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, on the last lap, yeah, it's great. I was surprised.
I should note that I was playing through that cup while we've been talking, so like I wasn't as alert for it, also, but I enjoyed it.
That song is a bop, dude.
You gotta listen to it too.
It is.
It's really good.
I like the part of the track. It's like Excite Bike ramps.
Yeah, that's on the second lap, man.
Yeah,
it's
that's cool.
So fun. It's more fun than any of the stuff on the fucking Excite Bike course.
Yeah, that track's pretty boring.
I was really impressed with the Sydney course. I think that's probably my favorite of the like real life city courses so far by a lot.
I like the Vancouver one too. I think that's a good one.
Is that one in Mario Kart 8?
Oh, is it not in there yet?
I haven't played them.
Vancouver, I think, is the one that people seem to like the most, and for good reason. It's very cool. I'm excited to see it make it over.
What are the ones in the first pack of Tour?
Paris Promenade
and Tokyo Blur.
Okay, so it was Tokyo. I couldn't remember if it was Tokyo.
Yeah.
I remember Paris was the first one because I remember calling the music Baguette Boogie in our video. And I was very proud of that. So Vancouver, huh? Vancouver will probably build there. I suspect that all of those tracks will make it.
Or at least a fair amount of them. There's a lot.
I'll look forward to that one, but so far the Sydney one is the best of those real life tracks by a mile, in my opinion.
No pun intended.
I like the next track, Snowland. It's a Game Boy Advance one.
I thought
it's more upgraded than the SNES tracks. That's just how the GBA ones are in Tour for some reason. But,
it's a better conversion of that track than Sky Garden was.
Yeah,
of that track.
I agree.
I thought it was fine. This is actually the second weakest in the pack for me.
I think it's a cute, simple snow track. It doesn't do anything like amazing, but I enjoy it.
I have no issues with it. Like like legit, like genuine. Like I don't hate it or anything. It's just like it's not exciting.
Yeah, I like penguins, and this course has penguins in it, so that definitely adds a few points.
The the game. Is it the GameCube snow level?
Yeah.
That's in. I like that one better. The one in the
Yeah.
base game.
I'm glad that it's not Rosalina's Ice World.
I guess what it ends up being is it's one of those things that it's like almost indistinguishable aesthetically from the
Yeah.
other ice level in the game,
Yeah.
that I prefer the sounds, the music of, and whatnot.
Yeah. I will say
feel
it's kind of nuts on 200.
It is. It's hard.
Yeah,
It was
Snowland is
actually
tough
a
on
pretty
200.
difficult track on 200.
Yeah.
So maybe that's where I'll find my fun with it.
I played through on 150, but I did time trials in both, primarily in 200cc and then a few 150. And there are some tracks that feel like normal. Like there are tracks that feel very different on 200. And Snowland was like, really some really hairpin turns. Made it very challenging on 200.
The next track is Mushroom Gorge from the Wii.
I like this track a lot, actually.
Same.
It's fun and it's difficult too, which I like.
It pissed me off a lot, but I got really unlucky. Like I kept getting blue and red shelled in the mushroom part, which is a really crappy place to get blue and red shelled.
Yeah.
But it's a fun track, and I like how much air control you have. When you're bouncing on the mushrooms in that part.
Yes.
And how if you kind of got to time it right to like you go left or right if it's mirror, I guess. And you bounce on the 3 red ones, and then you have to like steer over to the blue one to get the boost up into the air. And I like how on 200 you kind of have to like throttle yourself. Right?
Yeah.
Like you can't trick jump off all 3 of those mushrooms. You can't. You will die.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. I had a lot of fun with that one. It felt very strategic. Like
it's worth mentioning that the layout in the cave section with those mushrooms is different than both the original and in Tour. So they have tweaked the layout.
I didn't know that.
But one thing an unsung benefit to these tracks being in this game is I hated Mario Kart Wii. I did not like playing it. I thought it was slow.
James L.
I like Mario Kart. Yeah. It's grown on me over the years.
It's one of my least favorite Mario Karts.
Wow.
It's one of my favorites.
So I don't actually have a lot of memory of any of the Wii tracks. So it's cool to have this Wii track show up in a game that has physics that I like.
Yeah.
And you got to play Coconut Mall last time too.
Yeah, well, I remembered Coconut Mall.
Yeah.
That one's a little too iconic.
Forget?
Yeah, it's a little too iconic. Like the internet needs that one into relevance for me.
I'm looking forward to seeing Maple Treeway.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Maple Treeway is one I'm looking forward to. Yeah,
that's gotta be coming.
The last track is the new Nitro for this, and it's debuting here. So last time this
is not in Tour yet.
Last time we had Ninja Hideaway, which had already shown up in Tour. This one is premiering in Mario Kart 8 first, and it is the Sky High. What is it? Sunday.
Sky
High Sunday.
You got it.
It's a very unique feeling track. It looks
like a Fall Guys level.
I don't agree with that. Everyone keeps saying stuff like that. It's like, oh, it's Fall Guys, or like that Kirby game with the rolling is like it looks like. I'm like, no, I'm sorry, it doesn't. Because but
I mean, it looks delicious.
It
does look delicious.
What's unique about this track is that the entire thing is anti-grav.
Mm-hmm.
The entire thing.
Which is cool because none of the other DLC tracks have any anti-grav.
And has a very unique kind of floaty feeling to it.
Yeah, which works for some parts of it, but I feel like the floatiness messes up with a few of the jumps, or it makes them feel weird. I wrote down specifically the Ice Cube part and the stairs just feel a little strange.
The stairs feel a little weird.
Yeah,
I think I actually like this track a lot. I would say it might be my favorite track in the whole pack.
Yeah.
Especially on 200, there's like a breakneck pace to it that just feels really good. I think it's very strange that the handrail in the first quarter of the track, first lap on the laps, it doesn't have hit detection.
You're just supposed to go through it because it gives you all the boosts. It's like it feels unintentional.
Yeah,
It's
it feels like
weird.
it would be. I feel like it's a weird aesthetic choice, and they should just take it away. If
It's like, yeah, because you like, if when you hit it, you get like the anti-grav
The
boost,
bumper
which I
bonus.
wasn't expecting.
Yeah, I was avoiding it the first time.
Yeah,
I
same.
went around.
but yeah,
I love how many
actually
different,
thought
like,
the track was really good.
Yeah, I like how many different like turns there are.
Yeah,
Not turns, like choices. There's some
yeah,
different paths you can go down.
yeah. That
And
beginning glider part where you can land in the little like thing with the item boxes is cute.
yeah, yeah, it's a very cute little track.
I think it's very unique, which is why I
Mhm.
like it in particular. And there's that part where you like, it's like a line of coins, and it's like a left hand turn like over a bunch of different like ice cream, and it just feels so good
Mhm.
to take that turn.
Oh yeah,
It's a
that
fairly
feels good.
simple track. It's just the floatiness and like the being entirely anti-grav and like some of the like little things in it make it, I think, elevate it a lot.
It was an interesting change. Like
Yeah,
I wonder how this track will probably feel very different in tour.
yeah, yeah. Because
Oh, yeah,
Tour
it
does
feel
not
worse.
currently have anti-grav implemented. Now
Yeah.
this could just be where they implement it, but
I don't think they will.
yeah.
I don't think they would have put that much money into tour.
Well, I mean, for example, they did put the half pipes in Tour for when they started adding tracks that had half pipes. So, I mean,
And
who knows?
they still have not decided. They removed the half pipes from one of the tracks, right? I thought.
I think in 8, one of them doesn't have
What's it called? The mall one has half pipes.
Coconut Mall.
Yeah, I
Does it?
think Coconut Mall has half pipes in tour.
Oh yeah, I don't even remember. Yeah, it definitely doesn't have them in 8.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like half pipes in Coconut Mall. What? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to see what happens from here. I think, to speak a little generally about this set, I'm pretty happy with it. You know, even if it was picks. So my fear was that instead of Snowland, that we'd get Game Boy Advanced Rainbow Road, which is like my least favorite of the Rainbow Roads personally. I was happy to see Snowland. It's a little simple, but it's a nice pick.
Yeah, it's cute.
I think the picks in this one were pretty good. Obviously, the ones that I'm most interested in are the Tour and the Nitro ones. I mean, I've played Tour, but I like seeing
What is
them playable.
Nitro? Is what they call like the new tracks in tour.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I would personally call the city tracks Nitros as well, but not everybody calls them that, so I'm just going with
I just hadn't heard that term
verbiage.
before. It's interesting.
Yeah, Nitro, because on Mario Kart DS, like the new courses were called the Nitro Cups, and then the old courses were called the Retro Cups. So that's just kind of like the naming for like quote unquote new tracks, I guess.
Oh, so that's like a fan thing, like a.
It's like a Nintendo thing, but then like they only used it that one game, and then people just kept using that nomenclature.
Right.
I want more DS tracks. The DS tracks are very fun.
I want Airship Fortress. I love Airship Fortress.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Airship Fortress would be cool.
And I want 3DS Rainbow Road.
I want Wario's Shipyard too. That track's really cool.
I like that course.
At this point, I don't have a lot of specific requests other than a Koopa Beach from Super Mario Kart.
Like, I'm just happy to have more Mario Kart courses.
A lot of my like favorite courses were already like remade and redone. Like if I were to pick a DS course that I would want made in 8, it would have been Cheap Beach, and they gave me that already. So
yeah, and I like it. I like how it is in 8.
I actually didn't realize that Sky High Sunday was like a debut. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Probably not hitting tour till next week, I want to say.
I just wonder, like, does Tour really have a lot of like gas left in the tank?
I wonder. I have no idea how much money Tour makes.
They've been adding like new content to Tour like gung ho recently.
Like, that game has a stable amount of content. Like,
do you think that that Tour is almost being carried by the fact that it's sharing stuff with 8 now? I think people are paying for that expansion pass.
I don't know, but I love the idea of like Tour as like a test bed for 8 tracks, kind of.
Yeah, I think they've like. What I would say is that they've kind of like gotten a double investment on the Tour content by kind of repurposing a lot of it for Mario Kart 8. Like it's kind of a win-win to do
It's
that.
so smart.
Yeah.
I
And,
know that.
and let's not mince words here. For a better game
Yeah.
that like is well worth playing. Like I know you guys like Tour on some level. The way you talk about it sometimes, I don't know.
Tour's fun. I like Tour.
Yeah, I enjoy it from time. Like it depends, but like for example, something that is really beneficial is that Mario Kart 8 with the tour tracks, like the city tracks, the individual variations are typically pretty simple in Tour, but when you take them and combine them and make them into a full course on 8, they shine.
Yeah, it's much more clever.
Yeah.
I do like the idea of them taking like 3 smaller tracks and making those their each own individual lap.
Yeah.
It's just super smart.
In 8, it's a good idea. It's a good use of that content in a way that like it wouldn't make sense in a mobile game, but it makes sense in a game like a console game like Mario Kart 8 is.
It gives each individual like tour city track isn't particularly deep, but by combining several of them, you get something that's actually pretty interesting.
Yeah, to me, it's like for them to debut a new track in 8 before Tour almost kind of indicates to me that like they do that 8 is what's actually keeping that stuff alive, and Tour is like
I do wonder
because Tour didn't make a lot of money, if I recall.
Yeah, it had a decent number of downloads, but not a lot of money. But
because you don't have to spend money on anything.
Yeah, the thing
which is good and bad for them.
The thing is, they are still data mined. They're still adding battle mode to Tour, which is a pretty major.
Oh, that's cool.
Pretty major thing at this point for.
I would love to see new battle tracks in.
And yeah, there are some tracks that are data mined for Tour that are new battle tracks.
But they should put those in 8.
I would love to see a couple more battle tracks in 8. Yeah, I don't think it'll happen.
I think the battle mode in 8 is actually really fun.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I would love a couple new tracks. Like there's some data mined. I know like New York Minute has a data mined battle version in Tour that hasn't debuted yet.
Do you think so? Now that we're what is it? 2 packs of 8? 2 packs out of 8?
Out of 6.
Wow.
Yep,
out of 6. So a third of the way through it, do you think that there's any hope for characters?
No.
It doesn't seem like they fit into this.
It doesn't seem like they're interested in doing that. I feel like if they were going to do that, we would have seen it already.
Yeah.
Makes me sad.
Yeah, I'm happy with what they have, and I played Coconut Mall on Tour, and I don't think it actually has half pipes. I think I was wrong about that one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it would be nice like if like alongside each wave they released like 2 free characters or something,
or even just costumes. Just like give us some tour costumes.
I'm okay with them not doing tour costumes right now, just because I feel like that there are so many of them. It would be fine to like really implement that stuff in the next like game, but like I'd like to have at least like basic like Pauline or Dixie, you know, or like Hammer Bro or whoever the hell else has been King Babam. Like
I want those guys.
Yeah, like
and
I would like
girls,
those characters, just their normal default versions.
I mean, ideally they'd let me have Witch Rosalina, but I'd also just take Diddy Kong and Dixie Kong.
Yeah, like I just want Dixie, I just want King Babam, I think they put the Luigi's Mansion version of King Boo in Tour as well.
The purple one?
Yeah, they have the regular and Luigi's Mansion version.
Well, regular's already in 8, isn't he? He's in Deluxe.
Yeah. They have, I think they have the Koopa free running Koopas from Odyssey.
That's kind of cute
with the backwards hat. Yeah. There's some cool stuff and cool variations in there, and I mean I would be happy just to see a couple of the default versions make it into 8, but I don't think it's going to happen at this point. I'd love to be wrong. I want Pauline and Dixie.
Yeah, I kind of don't expect it either. I was just I don't know, and there's obviously no way to know either way. But
yeah,
I wonder if it's just like harder to do it.
Well, I think it's just an active choice.
Yeah, I mean, they probably have to like remodel the characters. I doubt you can just take Diddy Kong and stick him right into 8
Yeah.
and have him.
I think yeah, I mean it's definitely they chose to focus on bringing courses over, and I think that is the correct decision.
They made the right decision.
Because
I mean, it's obviously the correct decision from a gameplay standpoint. It's just like 8's roster is so weird.
Yeah, it's
it is a
strange.
weird roster. I still really like it, but it's definitely weird.
I mean, I don't dislike it, and I think the people that like, I actually like the Koopalings. I just wish
Same.
that there was other things in it too.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's really cool that all the Koopalings are there,
Yeah.
but not in lieu of like Kamek and
Yeah.
Diddy Kong and Funky Kong was in the Wii game.
And like Kamek is in tour now, Funky Kong's in tour. A lot of those characters are in tour, and they even have the cool like sprite Super Mario Kart.
Oh, those are awesome. I wish I got one of those.
Yeah.
I tried.
You can get like it's Mario and Donkey Kong Jr. and they're like they're sprite versions
Yeah,
from
I've seen them. They're neat.
Yeah, and they have the special like Super Mario Kart music when you use them too, which is cute. So I'd love to see like that, especially Donkey Kong Jr. since he's not in the game otherwise at all.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think we're gonna see it, and I think the last chance of us maybe seeing something is when they release Wave 3, if they like release a couple characters to mark the halfway point or something.
Right,
but I still
and then a couple more at 6.
At 6, yeah. But I don't see it. I really don't.
I can't wait till they do a second one of these on Switch too.
Right, Mario Kart 8 Triple Deluxe.
Yeah,
I can't believe that we're gonna have 96 Mario Kart courses. Feels like do one more cup to get 100.
God, I want 100. Like, we're so close. No, I mean it looks good on the menu having that amount.
If you include the battle courses, we'll have more than 100, but not the same.
Yeah, I guess like cup wise, like
you
can't like add another cup and not make it look weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd have to add 2.
And I mean,
how do you make a sequel to a game that has 96 courses?
I don't know. How do you make a sequel to a fighting game that has like 100 characters in it?
Yeah,
you go back to basics. That's what
they're really fucked.
Yeah,
with the next iteration of Smash and Mario Kart.
The
thing is, I want less characters in Smash, so like it's fine for me.
I like the idea for Mario Kart with there being so many retro tracks and like the tour tracks being taken care of. I would be very, very happy with a game of Mario Kart that had the regular 32 tracks, but instead of 16 being retro, all 32 were new.
That'd be cool.
Because
I'd be fine with that.
I feel like they've like most of the returning courses they have tapped the well for, and at some point or another. And I'd be very interested in a game that was just entirely new course content.
Yeah.
What about the 8 tracks? You gotta have Dolphin Shoals.
I'm one of the people who actually likes Dolphin Shoals. I don't know why people hate that course.
Wait, do people not like Dolphin Shoals? That's one of my favorite tracks.
People hate that course.
Yeah.
Really? Oh my god!
There are people that don't care for it.
It's one of the best tracks in the game.
I love it personally.
Yeah, I love it.
I mean, it's got that song. It's got that sax,
and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I think we've been going for like over 2 hours.
You come up off that hour and a half. You come up off that eel, dude. You come up off that eel.
Jumping between the eel things is so much fun.
I like the eel thing.
And then you come up out of the water, and that sax is like.
You like go up that little rock formation.
Shit,
that's great.
Dude. God,
it's wonderful.
I like the
that
little
and Mount
rings.
Warrior are my 2 favorite tracks.
Mount Warrior is great.
Yeah,
like real shit, man. That summer that Mario Kart 8 first came out on the Wii U, that was a good summer.
Yeah, it was. And I'm kind of. I mean, obviously, there's been plenty of jokes and criticism made about why don't we have Mario Kart 9 or 10 or whatever the hell you want to call it. But this scenario where we're getting like twice the number of courses in the same game, if you have the online thing, it's essentially included, and if it's not, it's still like $25. I still think is a very good high value thing, and I'm pretty stoked about it, honestly. I I really like how Mario Kart has turned out on Switch.
I
It's
do
really
think
fun
one
to look
thing.
forward to new tracks too.
I do think the one thing that's slightly worth noting is that it is It is very nice it's included an expansion pack.
Yeah.
But I've seen a lot of people say like, "Oh yeah, you just pay for the expansion pack and you get the whole thing." You do technically, if you're starting now, you're paying for 2 years of the expansion pack to have the whole thing because it's being released piecemeal over the course of 2 years.
Yeah, certainly.
At some point in the future, yes, you will be able to pay for 1 year of the expansion pack and get the whole thing. But
I also
people doing it as it comes out.
Yeah. I don't want to I don't want to make it sound like I'm saying like, "Oh, you just get the booster pass for free for getting online," because no, that's not how that's how it's presented, but that's not
We just
how
know that
it
most of
works.
our audience is Nintendo shills who already have this pass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Basically,
that's
like
true.
if
And are in a
you
family plan.
if you are someone who was planning on having the expansion pass anyway for whatever reason, I think that Mario Kart being a part of it is a great perk.
It's a great bonus.
Yeah, obviously. It's actually kind of an insane perk.
Yeah.
Actually, at this point, because if you didn't own any of the Nintendo DLC, don't you get is an Octo expansion on it now?
Yep, it is, which I need to play.
Yep.
So you get Octo expansion, you get the Happy Home Designer thing, which I still need to finish.
I still need to finish
that was
too.
fun. I would play more of that.
I'm a decent amount through it. I should go back and finish that sometime now that I think about it. And the Mario Kart stuff.
Yeah.
It's definitely I don't think that it's worth it if you just care about the Sega Genesis and Nintendo 64
Yeah,
games.
for the retro stuff, it's kind of measly.
But if you care about the DLC stuff, I think that it's significantly more worth it than I expected it to be, I guess.
Yeah. Especially if they don't remove stuff or rotate stuff out.
I really hope they don't remove stuff. That would be so upsetting. Especially since it's all first party stuff.
Yeah.
I think if they were to start rotating stuff, that would be egregiously shitty.
Yeah.
But now that you've said that, I have the fear.
Yeah. I'm hopeful that they won't because they haven't so far, but who knows? Well, I guess one quick thing I want to mention that's not Mario Kart related is that I still need to play Kirby Super Star Stacker on the Super Famicom app.
Oh yeah.
I forgot that came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been so busy with stuff that I just.
That's another Puyo, right? Oh no, that's the Japanese one.
Yeah, it's if you played Kirby Star Stacker on Game Boy, it's the Super Famicom version of that.
I want to play that.
Yeah, same. I updated all those apps and then haven't gone into them.
I actually watched my mom play through Pokemon Puzzle League.
Ooh.
Because I'd actually never played the N64 version, really.
Yeah.
Because if I'm going to play Puzzle League, I'm just going to fucking play Tetris Attack.
Hell yeah, baby. Let's go, baby.
Or Panel de Pon on the SNES app. I actually really think that's the real cheap out move, putting Puzzle League on the inside out as the one N64 game you get that month. Come on.
Funny.
Come on, bros.
Yeah, there's more unique stuff to put on there first.
Granted, a lot of people have a nostalgia boner for it, so I didn't see too much complaining.
So what I will say is it's interesting, right? I don't know if you've ever played the Game Boy Color version of Puzzle League, but it's very different. I have played that. I bought it when it was on sale on the 3DS eShop.
Yeah.
For some kind of Pokemon anniversary. It was real cheap when it first came out.
Right.
And that game's interesting because it's like Tetris Attack story mode, where you're running on the little islands like Yoshi.
Yeah.
And fight it. It's literally like a reskin of that, but this game doesn't have the N64 one doesn't have that at all. It's just it's anime based. The Game Boy Color version is more video game based. I didn't realize they were so different.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. But the one thing I wanted to say about the N64 version that I found very funny was there's an option on the menu called Pokemon Spa. And my mom goes down to that, and I'm watching her play it, and I'm like, I wonder what that does. She goes in there, and it's just Team Rocket, and they're just lying. It's not a spa. It's puzzle mode or something.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that's pretty good. I gotta hand it to them there. They did something pretty funny.
My thought on that is probably not popular, and that is I find it to be uh, uglier and sound worse than Panel de Pon and Tetris Attack.
I don't think that's wrong at all.
I think it's ugly as sin. I think the anime music that they included is like the weird MIDI versions of it do not sound good.
The voice clips are rough.
Yeah, like it just
I'm gonna win.
It's like it has personality, but like it's not
Well,
good.
you don't have any like proclivity, or like not proclivity, that's the wrong word. You don't have any particular love for that anyway.
Well,
so
I watched the cartoon growing up. Like I know like those characters, and I like those characters, and like I enjoyed that content. I just think it looks muddy and awful and not great on N64. Like it's just and it's hokey. It's hokey. It's just
I kind of basically agree. The only thing it really has going for it is that it's a little bit smoother, I think, than the SNES game, and it doesn't like have the it doesn't have the slowdown, but at the same time, like those are kind of parts of the slowdown game to me. That's what I'm used to. That's where my muscle memory lives, you know?
Yeah.
Like for better or worse.
Also, playing it on an actual N64 using the N64 D-pad sucked.
Yeah, it's 0 out of 10 on that, I'm sure.
Yeah. That's my rant.
I played through it on the hardest difficulty, and it was easier than Panel de Pon on the second hardest difficulty. So
yeah, I do like Puzzle Challenge on Game Boy Color, like you were saying though, and I kind of like how it's staged as like you're fighting the Pokemon that they have HP because they can't show you their versus field.
Right. Yeah. That part's cool. Anyway, I just wanted to say that I think that it was a kind of a cop out to have the 1 N64 game for the month be a reskin of a game that already is on the service.
I mean, we also have like 5 versions of Puyo now.
But the thing is that Super Nintendo doesn't get one game a month. When they update it, you get like 3 games at a time. Is the thing. And to be honest, like I do think that is also a little egregious. But it's like there are N64 games that people still want, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Like is Majora on there yet?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Okay, good. Then maybe
there's like Pokemon Stadiums are not on there.
Those aren't gonna be. There's no way.
Smash Brothers isn't on there.
Smash Brothers isn't on there.
Mario Parties.
No,
Banjo-Tooie's not on there yet, which isn't something I particularly care about, but needs to be there.
Yeah.
Like DK64 is not on there yet, which is again a game that
which is a blessing, I know.
I don't really want to play. I don't really want to play that game again, but people do for whatever reason.
I want to be able to move it around on a menu.
If they put DK64 on there, the value of the service goes down. Actually,
I want Diddy Kong Racing.
They need to put. I don't. Again, another game that I don't really want to play again, but it should probably be there.
Yeah.
And instead they're like, oh, here's a less aesthetically pleasing version of Panel de Pon.
Yeah.
It just seemed kind of rude.
It's odd.
Did you try that cylinder mode in Pokemon Puzzle League?
Oh, you know what?
Mode.
It is. Yes, I did, and it's fine. It's okay.
It's weird. Yeah.
It's weird.
And
it lags too.
I don't really like it very much.
It lags bad.
It's a very it's a gimmicky mode, and that's fine, but like it doesn't do much for me.
It would if they had actually managed to make it happen, and Puzzle League on the N64 had the 4-player mode that ended up being in the GameCube version of Panel de Pon.
Yeah,
that would have made the release worth it.
Yeah, which I actually thought it did, but it doesn't.
Yeah, I remember you asking that. You're like, doesn't it have 4-player mode? And I'm like, no.
Yeah, I really thought it did. I wonder if I bet it just couldn't work.
Yeah, it lagged. I think it's literally the reason that they ended up not doing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. The virtual console stuff has been like kind of monumentally disappointing.
I haven't used like
When,
N64 or Genesis or any of the virtual console stuff in so long.
I played through Rystar when the
That's a fun
first
game. Yeah.
when the first stuff first came out. I
You
played
should play
through a
Comic
lot.
Zone. Have you played that yet?
I have not.
It's a great
but
game.
I don't remember liking comics.
I do like Comic
Really?
Zone, but it's a bit
Oh.
brutal.
It might be worth another shot. I don't know. I
need
played
to
through
play through
most of
Zero Wing.
Ocarina. I played through most of Ocarina of Time when it
Yeah.
first came out, and the reason I stopped playing that is because the PC port was
Oh yeah, it's just so much better.
well, it's not done yet, but it's got
Oh.
so much of it done. I was like, I want to wait and just play that.
Well,
So
I
I
want
don't
to play. I want to play with RTX. Yeah.
We're getting we went real far off the fucking rails here at the end of the podcast.
Yeah.
But it is worth mentioning. I think that service has kind of become. I'm glad I paid for it because now everyone on my family plan has access to the DLC stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a lot less so that everyone on my family plan can play Super Nintendo games.
Yeah.
Or sorry, Sega Genesis games.
Playing N64 online was a lot of fun. Like I would enjoy doing that more, which is why I wanted to add more multiplayer games.
Yeah.
I guess we could play Panel to Pawn or Pokemon Puzzle League. I'll play that against you guys anytime.
Yeah, I mean I'm always up for Mario Tennis. I think that's a lot of fun.
Embarrass all of you with my big garbage.
We're planning to do a should we mention it?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean it's tentative, but we're planning on Saturday morning EST. We have the time post in the Discord, but we're gonna try to do another stream. So if you want to join the voice chat and be on the podcast, you're welcome. If you just want to play and just be in the chat, that's fine.
I love that you're saying this, but the podcast episode will go up on Sunday.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Oh, well.
Too late. You missed it.
Too late. You missed it. But if you go on our YouTube channel, hopefully you'll see a video of this stream.
Yeah.
Those episodes will probably just go up concurrently.
Right? The stream can go up whenever.
Yeah.
You want to? I mean, the stream VOD will be ready like as soon as it's over. So
yeah.
I imagine we could just release it as like a bonus episode or whatever.
Yeah. We'll see how
it doesn't have to be next week's episode, or we'll see how it works. I guess.
Yeah.
I guess it could also be. I don't think people are gonna be ready for a Xenoblade episode for another couple
be a little
weeks.
Bit. But
anyway, I think that's probably a good point to call it. We've been going for like an hour 45. I feel like
that'll do it.
Pokemon looks rad. Mario Kart 8's DLC. If this is the standard we can expect going forward, I'm excited for the rest of it.
Yeah.
Where before I wouldn't have said I was excited. I think I would have said I was like, cool, Mario Kart.
Yeah.
But based on these tracks, it's more like, oh hell yeah, fucking Mario Kart. So it was fun, guys. Thanks for hanging out.
Thank you so much. We've
covered
a lot of stuff actually.
Talking about the video games.
All the video games.
I'm excited that Muffin is playing Ace Attorney.
Yeah.
I'm not excited that the poor man has to play 2 next, and I really hope the 2 doesn't drag him away from it because I really want him to. It's the weakest, like
of all of them.
Not of all of them, but of the original trilogy, it's the weakest. Has a banger final case, but I want you to play 3 is the thing.
Okay.
Because 3 is basically the agreed upon best in the series, overall. I think you're gonna love 3.
After I play these 3, do I just skip to Greatest Attorney, or is there other stuff I need to?
So I'm going to give you the quick rundown here before we leave. You want to play 1, 2, and 3. Mm-hmm. You want to play Apollo Justice.
Okay.
You can play the 2 investigations games if you want. They're not necessary. 1 is probably the actual worst game in the series.
Wow.
It's like a 4 or 5 out of 10 if I had to assign it a rating. The problem with it is all in the final case. The game gets worse the longer it goes on, and it drags on forever. The second investigations game is one of the best games in the series, but you have to play a fan translation of it. It's very good. Those two are more or less optional though, but you do get to play as Edgeworth. So I mean that has its appeal. And then the next game you would play is Dual Destinies, and then the next game you would play is Spirit of Justice. The Phoenix Wright Leighton crossover can be played anywhere you want. It's not
I probably
actually
won't play that.
not super canon. I think it's pretty good. The cases in that game, it opens with a banger for real. Like you watch a woman get lowered in it, like put in a cage and lowered into like a fire room and burned to death.
Damn.
Banger. And then you can also play Great Ace Attorney at any point you want, really. I think it works best if you've played at least the first trilogy. Not that there's any direct references, direct callbacks or anything, but there's a lot of neat little like things that you'll notice if you have the knowledge of the previous games.
Makes sense.
So 5 and 6 have different directors. They're made by a different team, written by different writers. If that makes any difference to you.
Are they like better or worse or?
5 is I like 5 and 6. They're definitely not as good as the games that Shu Takumi wrote. He's the original writer. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and the 2 Great Ace Attorneys are Shu Takumi.
So is it just, are those like the must plays?
I would say that those and Investigations 2 are the absolute must plays.
Can you play Investigations 2 without 1?
I would at least read about one story, maybe like watch a let's play of it or something, an abridged version. And then like if you find yourself like, oh, I'm an Ace Attorney fan now.
Yeah.
You play 5 and 6.
Okay.
6 gets ridiculous. It's super off the rails stupid, but it's fun. 5 has a prosecutor who is a convicted criminal, and he shows up to court on the first day in handcuffs, and he tries to do an objection point and can't because his hands are cuffed together. It is awesome.
Jesus.
Anyway, guys.
All right.
Have a good
wait.
night.
Plugs. Nintendo Pipeline podcast, nintendopipeline.wordpress.com, Nintendo Pipeline Discord.
Twitch.tv /James as a service. That's a great name.
That is a pretty good name.
I think that's all the plugs, right?
Yeah. Yeah, sounds right.
EMM's gonna need hair plugs soon.
No.
That's a bald joke.
No.
Have a good night, everybody.
You're fired.
Good night.